The Dutch Fork High School data team coaches have put together this video to help answer questions and provide clarifications about the data team process. Dutch Fork High School is in its 4th year with the data team process. We have teams and teachers at a variety of levels. Please listen to the following tips to help make your data team as successful as possible. At Dutch Fork High School, we have a top-notch staff that works tirelessly to make sure our students are achieving at high levels. Data teams are designed to support and quantify this work. Data teams are learning teams that empower educators to improve teaching, learning, and leadership to increase learning for all students. Teaching and learning should always be the focus of any data team. And data teams validate what teachers do already. Look at data, identify areas of concern, and improve instruction. This year, some teachers have become frustrated with the template in All-In Learning. Remember that the template is a place to just record the conversations you are having about teaching and learning. It's okay if you as a team would like to move around within the boxes, top to bottom or left to right. It's also okay if on occasion there's some overlap between information in boxes. Remember, it's the process that's important and the conversations you're having about teaching and learning, not the boxes themselves. If your data team finds it confusing to work through all proficiency levels in one step, such as step 2, before moving on to the next step, we would recommend choosing one proficiency level to deal with at a time and looking at step 2, step 4, and step 5. So you move with one proficiency level from analyzing strengths and prioritizing needs to selecting instructional strategies and determining results indicators. Several teams have had success starting with the top group and then moving to the bottom group because of the differences that are so apparent between those two levels. It is okay to skip around within the template as needed, but all teams should have conversations about all steps in the process. We also recommend discussing the SMART goal after you've completed step 5 and have a better idea of what strategies and indicators you'll be looking for. If 4 proficiency levels seems too many for the group of students you're analyzing, you can change it to have fewer. In All-In Learning, you can adjust these levels by going to the Data Teams Information tab and sliding the indicators along the bottom. You'll notice how this changes the proficiency level range. We recommend keeping the proficient, close, and not likely groups, but your team can decide what works best for them. If you change your proficiency level ranges so that you only have 3, it would be fine when you move to the template to put NA in the boxes for any level not used. Can you use ways other than All-In Learning to collect data? Yes, for example, if you use another tool like Socrative, or if your questions are embedded in another written assessment. But for the purposes of using All-In Learning, that assessment data would need to come into All-In Learning. You can hand key the data in. If you need help with that, please see Ms. Applin or Ms. Collins. As far as research-based strategies and technology-supported strategies go, this is where working with a great team of teachers can help. Some examples of research-based strategies would include teacher feedback, peer tutoring, cooperative learning, direct instruction. Please see your administrative staff, data team coaches, or resources available in the Media Center if you would like more help with those. Also, if you would like any help with technology support or strategies, please see Ms. Applin or any of your TTLs. During step 2, the team discusses inferences. Inferences are the why. They're why are students making the mistakes they're making? Why are the students at this point in the progression of their learning? You might want to think of it like a hypothesis. We think students did this because. Remember to stay focused on inferences that can be addressed with instructional strategies, not things that are beyond the control of a teacher in a classroom. Good quality, common formative assessments are the backbone of the data team process. All data team members should be involved and invested in the process of developing the CFAs. Teachers need to unwrap or identify power standards, and be sure that the skills or information being assessed in the CFA is essential to the course. CFAs do not have to be multiple choice. Your team would decide what type of assessment best identifies the information you're looking for. When creating an assessment, you need to think about the quality of the distractors and what information those distractors will provide. For example, if the correct answer is A and all students chose B, why are they making that decision? That's where the inferences come in. It is okay to do some teaching and instruction before administering a CFA, especially with unfamiliar material. An assessment should be seen as evidence. What will it tell you about the student's strengths and weaknesses? Remember that the 5-step meeting is just one part in the larger data team process. In order to have an effective meeting, remember that step 1 should really occur before the 5-step meeting. This means that all teachers have given the assessment, entered their data, and taken a little bit of time to analyze and look at the data and what it might mean. Teachers might also want to consider what types of instructional strategies or information they would need for their 5-step meeting. Since we already mentioned moving step 3 to the end of the process, really the 5-step meeting is focused on steps 2, 4, and 5. In order to have an effective meeting, all members must have student work samples and their data ready to go and discuss. This is also a good opportunity to clarify the role of the data team coach in the data team process. Your data team coach will be working with you the entire year. The coaches are there to help, to clarify, to answer questions, or support you in any way they can. The data team process is designed to be a no-fault reflection. This means that the information gathered in the Classroom Mosaic app is just a way to provide feedback. It is not evaluative of you and the rest of your team. Do you need more help with any part of the data team process? Please make sure you talk to your coach or any member of the administrative team. Remember that the focus of the data team process should be on improving instruction. A data team is about adult behaviors and what the adults on that team can do to improve student learning. You can find this video, a handout called Data Team Clarifications, and other materials regarding data teams in the Google Drive folder as well as in Edmodo.